welcome back to Folk Solo Sports Show. All right, let's talk about. I'm late on it. Came up about almost 2 weeks ago, but I still want to cover it because I got a different opinion and a different way of thinking than every other sports broadcaster on the Kevin Durant saying Serge Ibaka was in his top 5 teammates of all time. I watch Chris Broussard. I tell you all the time. I watch The Odd Couple a lot. Skip and Shannon, Undisputed, and Max Kellerman and Stephen A. Those are the three, well, the six most people I watch, but three different shows. All right, I watched them more than everybody, and they all said that KD knew what he was doing. He knew that he was leaving out Russ on purpose. He knew that, and they said if he just was saying, if he never mentioned OKC, then he could have gotten away with it. But because he mentioned OKC and he said Serge Ibaka, because he said Serge Ibaka instead of Russell Wilson, that he knew what he was doing. All right, and I don't think so. I just really think that he just slipped Kevin Durant's mind. All right, I don't think this was no slight to Russell Westbrook. I just think he slipped Kevin Durant's mind at the moment. Just because he said Serge Ibaka, that doesn't mean that when you've had a feud with somebody, sometimes you cannot even think of them because you don't want to bring no confrontation to yourself with that person. So you cannot even be thinking about them. And that could have been the case with this. So he didn't even think of him because, when Kevin Durant was on the Warriors and Russell Westbrook was on the Thunder still, they was getting into it because they're not teammates no more and all of that. So he could have been thinking like that to not even, not saying that he wasn't thinking of Russ too, but he just lost either way in this situation because either way, if he wasn't thinking to say it because wasn't thinking of Russell Westbrook because of their history, he lost because not saying it too because people expected him to say Russell Westbrook. That's a bold point. Sorry, not bold. That's a hard point to get out that I'm trying to bring it out right there. I hope y'all understand what I'm saying with that. So he lost either way doing it. Either way, him not wanting to mention it. Well, him not wanting to, and him not even thinking about it. Him not mentioning him and him not even thinking about bringing him in it because he don't want no confrontation, even though it's a good thing asking who's his top 5 teammates, okay? And here's the second reason that that I don't think he did it on purpose, okay? Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, James Harden, Kyrie Irving are all smaller players. So he won championships with the Warriors. So, of course, he remembers Steph and Klay. And he's on the Brooklyn Nets right now. So he's going to remember Kyrie and Harden. All right? And all those guys are smaller players. So I think he was trying to get a center in there. He was trying to get a center. He wanted to mention a center's name too, so he can have like a player at almost every position saying those is his greatest teammates. And he was coming from that mindset. So that's why he said Serge Ibaka first and then switched it to Russell Westbrook because he didn't want to leave out a bigger player like a center. A 4 or a 5. He didn't want to leave that type of player out. So that's why he said Serge Ibaka. Now, the thing that I do disagree with Kevin Durant on, and I don't think he got right and did do on purpose, was the slight maybe at the Warriors a little bit. I don't know, because I don't agree with him saying that Russell Westbrook is his 4th best teammate over Klay Thompson. Okay? You can't say that, all right? And here's why. Klay Thompson and Steph Curry should have been 1 and 2 on that list. They went to 3 straight championships together, and Kevin Durant won back-to-back championships with the Warriors. So the first 2 teammates, as of now, until we see what the Brooklyn Nets are going to do, the Warriors should be first on that list. Klay Thompson and Steph Curry, no question, should be 1 and 2. Steph first, Klay second, first, Steph second, whichever way he wanted to put it. And then third, Russell Westbrook should have been third, honestly, because he played with Westbrook longer, even though James Harden was in OKC and they all went to that championship together. He played with Russ longer and they got to a championship in OKC, all right? And they lost, but they still got there. So Russ should really come third because he got way more experience with him and they got in a lot more success than what he's had with Harden or Kyrie. Okay? So Russ should be third and Klay should not be fifth. Steph first, Klay second, Russ third, and Harden should be fourth because he also got to the championship before with Kevin Durant, and they not on no friendship level, just on the level of how much they succeeded in the NBA, okay? Just on the sport. That's it. No friendship, no nothing. He has the most success. He has more success with James Harden and Russell Westbrook, and Kyrie should be last. Even though he's probably best friends with Kyrie out of all of them, Kyrie should be last because he has the least amount of achievements with Kyrie Irving than those other 4 guys. Okay? So I did want to make that point. Steph should have been first on his list. Klay second. Russ third. Harden fourth. Irving fifth. Okay? So let me know what y'all think. Do y'all agree? How do you feel about me bringing out those points versus what the other broadcaster said? Do you agree that Irvin should be last on his top 5 teammates? And let me know if you agree that Ibaka was only on his mind because he is a bigger player and he didn't want to leave out the center position, and he wanted to give props to one of the bigger guys also. All right. Sorry for the wait, man. I was working something out with my recording and got it figured out now, man. And more videos to come. This is Folk Solo Sports Show. Like, subscribe, get in the comment section, share this video. I'll get back to y'all. Peace.